obviously, but I can continue to loop, and you don't take damage from looping. You get out, crowd control, you can get away.
Bitch, please do not ask me what I do. Keep it big 30, but I still might slide. Smoking big 30, niggas big 30 on the block, baby, like keep on talk that shit, he might not talk no more. That boy scared of these streets, he don't walk no more. Must be dead in his sleep, how he talk to hoes. Must be scared of this beef, what you talking for? Mac on my side, if we catch bro like he gon' die. And my niggas been packing it on ride.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy Life on a case, and we talking about the best two blades in the game. So today I'm talking about my favorite attack build, what I think is the best, and my favorite defense build, what I think is the best. And both of these are free to play, so you can get it as long as you're allowed to grind or want to grind. I'm not going to be talking about the pay to win one, even though I do quickly talk about it. I personally think it's one of the best. I think it's the best one in the game, but I'm not going to talk about it because I can't play that one. So we're going to be talking about the Geyser build, and we're going to be talking about the huros build. I always forget the name of it. I'm not talking about my Inferno build. I know you guys are probably like, oh, the Inferno's leveled up. Why you keep leveling up? It's not. I like to have fun sometimes too. I'm also aware that I haven't been playing much other games. The people who want to see it, I will be playing other games very soon. There's just a lot of content on here that I want to cover, and it's doing very well. Clearly people want to see it, and the people who have been coming have been interacting, so I appreciate that very much. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, man. It helps me out a bunch, and it is greatly appreciated. We're at like 330 subs already. You guys are so dope right now. You guys keep commenting, please. I love interacting with y'all. Hit that notification bell to catch when the videos are live, and without further ado, let's get straight into the video, man. Okay, so I want to make it clear what I'm qualifying as best builds in the game. I am only talking about free builds, but if I wasn't talking about free builds, I don't have a build that's paid for. I'm not going to pay for this build, but it is, I think, the best build in the game right now, to be honest. The Cthulhu build is crazy. I'm shocked at how good it is. My homie Simo's running it. I remember watching him before he even rebirthed. He was like level 800, and I had my rebirth blade, and I was level 1200, and I didn't want to fight him just because I seen him boxing. I was like, that's crazy. You know, I ain't say nothing to him, but in my head, I was like, this is crazy how good this build is. So this is what I think is probably the best build right now. But outside of the pay for builds, I'm going to talk about what I think is the best defense build, which I think is Geyser, and what I think is the best offense build, which you guys are probably going to be a little surprised because obviously I have Inferno as my main. I'm solid and I'm loyal, but I think the best build right now on offense is Horus. I did take the Horus middle out and put Spryzen in. And the reason I put Spryzen in is because this build has great damage potential, great crowd control. It even has heals, things like that. It didn't have anything that really made it hit, and I'll take sacrifice over the 5% boost you get for the set bonus, because I knew that I could just keep rolling for sacrifice because it's cheap compared to the other builds, and then get something good like 23% critical damage increase. So I did that. And this is an amazing build. You get this in the 1500 area. So as soon as you get there, if you're an attack kind of player, I would suggest you go with Horus Horus build. It's really good. I'm going to be changing the spirit, and this doesn't even have a crystal, but I'm going to show you guys how it fights. This build is not rebirthed. I'm just going to show you how that fights. Oh, I'm also going to show you guys Geyser, which by far as builds that are not paid for, this is by far the best defense build. It's really a defense speed build, even though defense is a little bit higher on it for the stat increase. But this build is absolutely crazy, you guys. And I've shown you guys it, but I've obviously got a lot better with it since. So I'm going to show you guys how you should be using both of these builds and what you should be doing and how you really should be fighting. Neither of these blades are actually rebirthed. Only my Blue Flame, which is my Inferno build, is rebirthed, and my Inferno build is still good. I want to let you guys know Inferno is still great. Let me know if you guys want to see me, like, talk about the blades and stuff in another video that are still really good. We're not going to go Geyser first. We'll go with this one first. I don't know how many levels it can fight ahead of itself, to be honest. So like I'm going to find out with you guys. If I'm being completely honest, I don't think I should be going 400 levels ahead of it, but we'll see. But the reason this is good is mainly because in a PvP aspect, the crowd control that you have is insane. Yeah, and then see, so it slows them down a lot. I didn't realize he was gonna have Blizzard. It slows them down a lot, and I didn't even use Light Beam. Light Beam is like a hurting. It'll hurt them and heal you at the same time. So the name of the game of that is just Sun Raw, and if you're using the full build, you would be using Whirlwind to try and get your damage off. That's why I kind of backed it out. Some people are trying to use light beam, but the problem with light beam is if you run into a speed type, they're going to get direct hit damage on you. And they're going to take damage, obviously, but typically when you're fighting in the high levels, people are going to have dragon. I just haven't rolled for it on this one. So I don't think light beam would be the best idea to try and get all of your damage off. That's more so you use the speed that the blade has a little bit, you know, to get out of it a little bit. Because it's not a speed build, but it has enough to dodge certain moves. So if you're using light beam, they're not going to want to get in close if they know you're running. That's kind of where that's at. So that's why that build's really good. And I do have that as the best attack build right now. But attack builds aren't as good as defense right now. Defense is up. This is really a defensive speed. And I think the reason defense is so up right now is because they've been like 5-star defense, 4.5-star something else. It'll be 4.5-star stamina or 4.5-star speed or 3-star attack. It's like, I don't know why the defense builds are so good, but they're really good right now. I think you guys should jump on the wave. I have Blizzard on here, and I know I kept Blizzard after the nerf, but the crowd control on Blizzard is just amazing. There's no reason why I shouldn't. This build just has so many loops you can do, you know, so I don't really see why I wouldn't use Blizzard. And there's so much crowd control. You have 2 moves right here with crowd control because of the fragment, obviously, but I can continue to loop, and you don't take damage from looping. You get out, crowd control, you can get away, you know. And then your Dragon Bite comes back very soon. You lift them, and it's an automatic stop. It stops them, and then you get to use your speed. And this is level 2000. Yeah, this build is absolutely madness. I'm shocked that it's this good, but it's amazing. And I'd say as far as free goes, like it's not like this build is worse than the Cthulhu build. It's just, well, it is a little worse, but it can definitely compete with it. If you're a skilled player, you're going to be able to box with any other build when it comes to this geyser build. This is going to be the next one I build up for sure, and this is going to be my defensive build. I think I'm going to keep Inferno for my attack and just have a meta build, which is going to be my Helios, Horus. I keep forgetting the name. Yeah, so Horus for attack, defense. I got geyser. The only way to beat this build is have higher speed to be able to get away from Dragon Bite, and the speed on this build is obnoxious, you guys. Like, look, and if you actually look at the multiplier on this, like from stats, technically speed is higher. The only reason I go defense as much is because there's 2 moves that defense scales off of. So it is extremely important to have your defense high as speed, even though it's very clear from if you look at the stat bonus from the stars, it is a little bit higher with speed. But it's a defense build because both moves scale off of defense, and then you have one that scales off speed, and it hits so hard that you don't need to have it too much up there. A little bit of stamina, a little bit of attack. You know, the little bit of attack goes for geyser because even though it scales off of defense, it can still get an attack increase because it's not a direct hit. I wanted to make something very clear. I don't have a crystal on this. I would obviously have dragon on this if I was taking this build to the maximum right now. I'm working on building up geyser after I'm done rebirthing Inferno, so I didn't want to just roll for it because it would take a lot to try and get dragon. But this build, as you guys could see, was able to beat a 1600, about 400 levels ahead of it. Alright, y'all, that's gonna be it for the video. I hope y'all enjoyed. Again, if you did, please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, and comment down below. I also want to know if you guys would like seeing me do like a mini series maybe of what blades are still viable after the update, because a lot of people are misconstrued on what's still good and what's not because there's new stuff. You can still play with a lot of these blades, and I would love to showcase that, but I couldn't do it in one video, so let me know if y'all want me to do that. But yeah, that's it for this one. I'll catch y'all in the next one, man. Peace out.
Top down and we be shooting rock rounds. Play me, you get stomped out. These niggas tryna cop out. Money, I'm always on it. These bitches is always calling. They talking, I'm never bothered.